Before I even start my presentation, I want to say that these 4 months of prepping myself has been a roller coaster for me. It has been very difficult because I'm going to be talking about deportation. Deportation is a hot topic right now that I'm here standing as an immigrant. But most of the immigrants in this country, they're being incarcerated, they're being sent back to their countries, and families are being separated. This is a topic that is not easy for me or for others. Why I'm here? Like I say, I'm here standing, looking pretty, and having the ability to just be here working on my master's. But most of those immigrants, they don't have this privilege to be here. I'm here because I want to be the voice for others. I'm here because I want to be the light for others. As you can see, there is a person right there graduating. Behind that is a shawl, it's a chain, it's everything that I have been carrying in to be able to be successful in life. My father, he was deported back to Mexico 6 years ago. It was years of a struggle. Before the deportation, it was just years of fighting for his case. It burdened every single day, seeing my family, my siblings crying, everything that we went through, financially, emotionally, everything. During the deportation, it was hard. After the deportation, it was even worse. Why? Because my siblings, everything was stable at school, everything was stable, but after that deportation, here's depression, here is autism, here is anxiety, here is suicidal ideation. Stability, emotional instability wasn't there anymore. Financially, no more. The person who was working to support the family is not even there anymore. So everything was just collapsing. I was working on my bachelor's. It's like trying to be the older sister, carrying everything. It was hard. At that moment, I was doing biology. It's hard. It's hard to take chemistry classes. Like you can see in all of my friends coming over here talking about biology. It's not easy to understand. It's not a subject that can you just open the book and be able to understand. It's something that takes more than mind, time, and everything. I was supposed to graduate in biology, but it was very hard for me to concentrate in biology and still being able to be an anchor for a family that was destroying and collapsing. I have the privilege to work in the psychiatric hospital and children's, working with kids from 3 to 12 years old, kids who are struggling with mental illness, you call it, you name it. Kids who don't have parents, kids who most systems are burdened by them. I was every single day working at children's hospital, the psychiatry department, with these kids. But then I got pregnant, and I was not able to restrain kids anymore. And I have the privilege to work for the Family First Children Council, the wraparound services. The wraparound services who help kids prevent for out-of-home placement. I was able to use my testimony as an immigrant, my knowledge here in Miami, and my work experience to help all these families find success. Personally, I'm an immigrant, and like they say at the first presentation, for international students, it's not easy. You have to learn a new language. You have to be able to carry so many things and be successful in life. And when you add it, deportation, it's even worse. I'm right there as an immigrant from a family that has been collapsed from deportation. But I want you this moment to just think about yourself. How many things have you left behind? Most of us come from families who have been with addiction, disabilities, deportation, many burdens in life. And we still have to let that go in order to be successful in life. So like I said in the beginning, I was gonna do my major in biology, but I switched it to social work, psychology. Why? Because I was able to understand that my deportation with my parent and everything that I went through, I have the heart to focus on the trauma that goes behind of everything. Deportation trauma is not just about just getting that person and send them back to their own country. It's about everything that goes beneath that. The stages of deportation, before the deportation even happens, during the deportation, and after the deportation. The body remembers what the mind has forgotten. Some kids, little kids, their families are being separated. They're probably not going to remember some of that stuff. But I guarantee you, their body will. Their body will. I'm here standing, like I mentioned, my dad was deported 6 years ago. And we're still fighting every single day with some mental illness that has left behind. So always remember, the body will remember what the mind has forgotten. For immigrants, deportation feels like terminal cancer. And I apologize if any of you have somebody who has passed away from terminal cancer, any kind of cancer like that. But for immigrants, deportation, it feels like that. Why? As soon as you step in a different country, it puts you on a spot like, am I safe here? Do I going to be okay? Is my family going to be here? Some immigrants, they don't have the choice. We come to a new country because we want what is better for our family. And it's not that easy to get a legal documentation. Some of these families come to this country because their kids, they need medicine. They need everything that their own countries they cannot have. Some of these families, when they come to a new country, they have to say bye to everything and start from scratch. For immigrants, deportation feels like terminal cancer. It's something little by little. And every stage of the deportation is something little by little. Deportation activates the stress in our brains, our bodies, and everything. When we are nervous, when we are afraid, we can't think. It's like when you're driving. You know yellow line, you have to be careful, think about it, then you stop and go. But with deportation, sometimes it's hard. You're being in a stress moment all the time. And we're gonna see it in just a minute, how I'm gonna explain those 3 stages of deportation and how immigrants go through all those phases. Before deportation, as you can see, there's a family right there. Kids are having fun. But mom and dad, they're not having that much fun. This is before deportation. What happens right there? Mom and dad are thinking, what's going to happen to our family? If they have to go to work, they may be thinking, will I be able to come back and see my kids again? Probably the kids, they're already old enough to think, will my dad and mom come back? When I come back from school, will my mom and dad be there? So many questions that these families are struggling and just thinking. And at that time, immigrants, it's not easy. They go through so many things to be able to work, to just be able to navigate a whole different country. During the deportation, for me, this moment is when the caregiver has been detained and it's incarcerated. What happens during this moment? The family is just thinking, how can I support the person that is inside? If you're a mom and you have kids and you're coming back from work to home and you have kids, you know the kids, they're waiting for you at a certain time. You know your kids are going to be waiting at the door saying, where's mom coming? Even a dog, even a cat, if they're waiting at home, they're already seeing like, when it's coming, I'm waiting for it, right? But what happens when you have a 6-year-old kid waiting in the window? It's getting dark. Mommy is not here. It's getting dark. Daddy is not here. What's going on? Well, I guess as the person who's taking care of them at that moment, you can say, oh, he's coming. It's going to be here. But what happens the next day? Oh, yeah, you can keep lying. But there's a certain point when you can't lie anymore. That kid is going to be standing at that door, at that window, asking, where is my mom? You're telling me this, and that, but it's not making any sense. I don't see my dad coming back. I don't see my mom coming back. But wait, okay, let's just put it this way. I don't see my dad coming back. My mom is taking care of me, but my mom is crying. Food is not ready on the table. The house is not clean, like something is going on. So as a kid, you're going to keep asking these questions. When is daddy coming home? Until the kid realized that daddy is not coming back any home. I was there. My sibling was there. He was the one watching at the window every single day, waiting for my dad to come back. And that didn't happen. Sadly, at that moment, during this stage of the deportation, kids are going to start having behaviors. Because trauma is getting so invasive in their bodies that their body is going to start reacting. Think about a balloon. When you have a balloon, you keep blowing air. But when eventually you blow too much, it's going to explode. After the deportation, that's when the father has been deported. What happens there? Like I told you, it's a balloon. You keep blowing until it's exploded. All the stress, all the trauma, everything that has been just blowing on the balloon has exploded right there. So now you're seeing all those behaviors from the kids starting to show up. You're starting to get phone calls from the school saying, hey, come pick up your kid, because he's starting to fight. Come pick up your kid, because this is going on. But what if there's more than one kid? You can get letters from the school saying, hey, I'm sorry to give you this call, but I found this letter. Your sister, she's saying that she's going to commit suicide this day. Do you want to take her to the emergency room? Oh, God. You already trying to, you don't even know where to move, where to start. Your dad has been deported. Your mom is crying and depressed. Your little sibling, it's at school, and they call you every single day to come and pick him up because he's just having a hard moment. As adults, whenever we feel sad, we are able to call somebody and say, hey, I feel sad. This happened to me. But what happens when you have a little kid trying to express how they feel. Can you get a 6-year-old trying to tell you what's going on in their lives? What is going on with them? How they feel? Not really. Not really. So when they're that little, you're going to see behavior. You're going to see chairs flowing everywhere. You're going to see punching the walls. You're going to see everything that you can think about. Because kids do not know how to express verbally how they feel, why they feel it, and what's going on in their life. You're going to see behavior, tangible behavior. But with teenagers, you can see it a little different. You can see them locked in the room, withdrawing from everything, drinking, drugs, everything. Because at this point of the deportation, when the person has been deported, everybody is just trying to find their own coping skill to feel better. Not necessarily the right way, but the way that is easier, approachable, and the way that they're able to use to make them feel better. And just like my friend said, forget about it. Forget about it. Somebody say, it's easy. Just get the phone, call them FaceTime, and be like, hey, Dad, how you doing? That doesn't happen like that. It's not easy to grab a phone and say, hi, Dad, I hear you were deported. I'm right here. Are you okay over there? It's not easy. Some kids, especially with the little ones, they want to avoid any phone call. They want to avoid having any contact with the person that has been deported. And they can say, but hey, how can you miss your dad, but you don't want to call them? How can you miss this person, but you don't want to reach out to this person? It's very simple. When somebody passes away, not everybody, do you want to see the picture of that person? Or do you want to remove that picture of that person? The deportation is like grieving. You want to be able to sometimes just remove everything from that person because it hurts so much that you just want to avoid it sometimes. And that's why during this stage of the deportation, you just have to find a way to feel better, and not necessarily the good way. The more you keep digging into finding the wrong coping skill, the worse it is. It doesn't go away. Why I'm here, this is not political whatsoever. It's just a way to help others understand that deportation is not about just sending somebody back home. It's about everything that goes behind it. Like I mentioned before, my story, my testimony is what got me here into social work. My experience in working in a psychiatric hospital, a children's hospital, and working for the wraparound program and helping families that are going through crisis and helping them to prevent out-of-home placement, it's everything. But my heart as an immigrant is for those kids that they're leaving behind. It's just my opinion. We are so focused in deportation, but we're leaving behind United States citizen little children who are being separated from their parents, who are being put in place in houses. People who the only thing they have done wrong is crossing the border. They haven't stolen or anything. And just to be curious, the reason my dad was deported is because he didn't have a driver's license. A driver's license is a privilege. When you drive your car and you look at your driver's license, I want you to think something. It's a big privilege that an immigrant cannot have. with that little plastic license, if you're an immigrant and you get stopped by the police and you don't have that, guess what? You just won a beautiful golden ticket to prison, and you're not going to be coming home and saying good night to your children. As soon as an immigrant gets in the car and they're not able to come back, everything is collapsing. Every single little thing. How can we help? Some of us are professionals. There's kids who are struggling. Help us to find a way to support them. The reason is why I'm here. I'm here to be the voice for others. There is hope beyond hurt. What is my role? To help as a social worker my immigrants and know the people who have struggled as little kids to help them get better. What is your role? Thank you.